to the labor and delivery of baby Carson. So it was 2 weeks before his due date, and we met with our doula. She came over to show us some birthing relaxation techniques, and she left our house that night around 10. And we're like, okay, see you in 2 weeks when the baby is due. So we were not expecting to see her again for 2 weeks. Funny story. It being my first baby, I was like, oh, I'll pack my bag next week, like a week before baby's due, and we'll go from there, type of thing. Little did I know that I was not going to be like most first-time moms. Baby was coming early. So the night that the doula came, she left. I went to bed. It was around midnight. I was about to close my eyes and go to sleep. But Carson said, no, you're not. You're going to give birth to me tonight. Well, it was really in the morning, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. So I started to feel a bit of contraction happening and a little bit of leakage. So I went to the washroom and I saw that my underwear was wet, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. It wasn't a gush, so I was like, okay. But I did start to feel contractions, and they were quite strong. And so I called my midwife. They told me to wait a bit, you know, just to track them, see how far apart they are, how intense they get, and then I'll head to the hospital 2 hours from that time. So that's what I did. And literally in the car, I was losing it. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't strap myself. I was a mess. I got to the hospital. They checked me. I was 5 to 6 centimeters dilated. And I was like, great, I'm halfway there. But when I say the pain was killing me, it was killing me. Nothing was soothing me. I couldn't talk between contractions. I was just a mess. We call our doula, and this was literally maybe an hour before I delivered my son, because like I was just so disoriented. You know, we weren't even thinking, to be honest. We just weren't thinking. She lived so far. That also contributed to her getting there a little bit later. But yeah, while there, I labored on the floor for a bit in the shower. The shower wasn't helping. Nothing was helping. I was, like I said, I was a complete mess. I couldn't gather myself. I couldn't collect myself. I couldn't do anything. My doula got there. She was able to center me, get me to calm down, get me to breathe properly. And that was so helpful. Shout out to Charlene. Yeah, so that happened. And then it was time to push. It was time to push. So around 7 a.m. I started pushing, and 7:30 our beautiful bouncing baby boy Carson was born.
3420.
I missed that.
3420. It'll be 7 something.
It's gonna switch over.
You got what you want there? Yeah. So 7 pounds, 8 ounces.
What did my dad? I think my dad said it was. He was a healthy boy. He was nice and long, and he had a strong cry. He was beautiful, and I could not believe I gave birth to him. It was emotional because the time it took pushing, and I pushed and I pushed and I fought. You know, it was like war getting the baby out. But I got him out, and we both cried. Both Paul and I were so emotional. We could not believe it. I was not expecting to have him at that time. I wasn't expecting anything. It was just so many emotions at that time. But it was a beautiful experience. It was a painful experience, but it was beautiful just to hold my newborn son in my arms and call him my firstborn. He has been such a sweetheart since. But yeah, that is my birth story. So I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for my second birth of my daughter Ella. Stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. Take care.